It's a fire video. Let's watch this next one.
What you are looking
The title of this video, it is the dances. Whoa. The title of the video we were gonna be watching. The title of the video we will be watching today is the densest city on earth. Let's get right into it, y'all.
looking at is considered the most densely populated place that ever existed. On an area of just 6.5 acres, or 4 football fields, dozens of individual buildings have merged into one solid. What you are looking at is considered the most densely populated place that ever existed. On an area of just 6.5 acres, or 4 football fields, dozens of individual buildings have merged
4 football fields. 4. That is crazy.
into one solid organism that houses shops, restaurants, churches, private homes, and virtually everything.
Am I tripping? Or this looks like a Call of Duty map from Ghosts. It's from Call of Duty Ghosts. Do you guys remember that? Look, let me look it up. Call of Duty Ghosts. What can I put? Broken down buildings map. Let me see. Where is he? I don't remember if it was a campaign map or a multiplayer map. It looks exactly like it, y'all. When I show you, you're gonna be like, oh yes, that's right. Where is it? Oh shoot. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. Bro, where is it? Okay, let's see if it's any of these. It's not fog, it's not baby, it's not containment. Earth, collision, Pharaoh. It might be a campaign map. Bro, I cannot find it, but if you guys know what I'm talking about, y'all will know that this looks exactly like the map I'm telling you.
That houses shops, restaurants, churches, private homes, and virtually everything that makes a city. While the outside-facing apartments get to enjoy sunlight, a vast majority are located within this block, full of dark pathways. It is a giant urban maze that attracted all kinds of people with reasons to hide. This is Kowloon Walled City.
Kowloon.
To understand just how incredibly closely packed people lived here, let's compare this city with other places. Take the East Village in New York City, located in Lower Manhattan.
I was just about to say New York.
There's a small park in the center, but other than that, it is a pretty dense neighborhood with historic row houses and more recent large apartment buildings. Based on the 2010 US Census, just over 44,000 people live here. That results in a population density significantly higher than for all of New York City, and New York is the most densely populated city in the United States. By all means, this is a dense place. But let's compare it to Kowloon Walled City. In 1987, a survey estimated that 33,000 people live here. density is simply astounding. And in reality, the number might have been even bigger, with some estimates going up to 50,000 people.
Wow.
Perhaps the strangest thing about Kowloon Walled City, however, is just how abruptly it ends. While everything is crammed into this tight block of buildings, behind
Yeah, that is weird. Like how everything is together and then they have so much space around them.
the sharp walls of the city, there are relatively spaced out buildings, and even a park with sports fields. So why was everything crammed into this small block? The answer is that Kowloon Walled City wasn't part of the rest of Hong Kong, but had its own legal status.
Oh, it's in Hong Kong. Is that where Agent and Nina went? Because they went to a place where literally they had no space to live in. You would go there, the apartments would be like a little hallway, and that was your house. I'm like, what? You literally had to pass through your kitchen to go to the restroom, or through the restroom to go to the kitchen, something like that. It's like everything was right next to each other.
The walled city began as nothing more than a small Chinese military outpost, stationing about 10 guards. It really started to take shape more than a century later, when the outpost was expanded by the construction of a larger fort. At the same time, the nearby harbor of Canton began to gain importance. Chinese tea was a hot commodity for British traders, who purchased it in staggering volumes, allowing this region to prosper. However, the trade relationship was notably unbalanced. While the British bought large quantities of tea, the Chinese had little need for goods from Europe.
They're basically just trading to them, but they wouldn't really get nothing because, like they said, they didn't have any value that they could provide them with.
To improve this trade balance, the British began to illegally import opium from India to China.
Wow.
This scheme proved effective, with the widespread consumption of the drug escalating rapidly.
They literally contaminated that place with
Opium from India to China. This scheme proved effective, with the widespread consumption of the drug escalating rapidly. This led to an addiction epidemic, which wreaked havoc on the Chinese economy. Recognizing this crisis, the imperial government took decisive action to halt the opium trade, but this move led to a heated conflict, which would later be
wow. The whole country got addicted to it.
known as the First Opium War between Great Britain and the Chinese Empire. Britain won the war and subsequently occupied Hong Kong in 1841. The walled city was not affected, as it was located on the island nearby, and as a result of this loss, the Chinese Empire decided to reinforce the fort in Kowloon by building large walls around it, giving the area its lasting name, Kowloon Walled City. At the heart of this fortress, they built a yamen, which is the main office from which
Basically, it was built as a way to keep the British out of that city, because that was the only place that was theirs at the time. Wow, this has a lot of history.
this outpost is administered. The tensions between China and Britain continued on, ultimately leading to the Second Opium War in 1860. As a result, the Kowloon Peninsula too fell into British hands, and the final boundary negotiation took place in 1898, resulting in a 99-year lease of the new territories to Britain.
Wow.
This is, in short, the story of how Hong Kong became a British colony, as it is commonly.
Wow. 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 We learned a lot in these videos. So Hong Kong was part of Great Britain at some point.
To Britain. This is, in short, the story of how Hong Kong became a British colony as it is commonly known. But what is often overlooked is that the convention included one specific exception: the Kowloon Walled City, which is located inside the New Territories, a Chinese enclave in the middle of British Hong Kong. As time moved on, both the Chinese and the British administrations showed a lack of interest in the walled city, leaving it to its own fate. The desolate barracks soon became makeshift homes for squatters seeking refuge. And recognizing the need for community structures, a Protestant church seized the opportunity to establish a senior home within the historic Yamen. But the peaceful existence of this enclave was shattered in 1937, when war erupted between Japan and China.
Oh, never mind.
The full-scale invasion initiated by Japan emerged as the central conflict in the Pacific throughout World War II. And by 1942, Japan had taken control of vast swaths of northern China, as well as holding various coastal exclaves, one of them being Hong Kong, which they utilized as a strategic military base. The Japanese expanded the local Kai-Tak airport, and to do so they needed building materials. Therefore, they tore down the walls of Kowloon Walled City, which was located right near the airport.
So it is not a wall city no more?
The end of the Second World War saw Hong Kong revert to British control. Simultaneously, the newly founded People's Republic of China in 1949 reasserted its right over the Kowloon Walled City. Practically, however, neither the Chinese nor the British took control of this area. And with a massive wave of refugees in the wake of the Chinese Civil War, the need for cheap living space in Hong Kong was immense. And so, in the decades that followed, a maze.
Oh my god, now I know why the lady in the video I'm telling you guys, where they went to China, she did not want to be recorded, or she did not want her daughter to be recorded, like for them to know that she had a daughter, that she was living there. Is because they are refugees that go live there for the way that it's cheaper, you know, because of the economic crisis going on where they're from, you know. It's crazy. Now I get it why she didn't want to be recorded, bro. It's like you're putting them out there, you're letting them know where they at, and some of them are running away from their country.
Of buildings grew ever higher and denser. Single houses became multi-story buildings, became 14-story skyscrapers. The sunlit streets turned into shaded paths until they were eventually completely blocked from sunlight. Within the confines of the walled city, the laws of Hong Kong were not enforced.
This is what I'm telling you guys, like, this is what I'm talking about. Visit China. This is what I'm telling you guys, like. Look. Where is it? This one, look.
It's like really live like this.
You see?
Look.
I'm pretty sure that's where it is, cause that's in China. It says we visited the smallest apartment in Hong Kong.
It's like really live like this. It looks crazy in the pictures. It's nuts to be inside it though.
You see that?
These are their windows, gang. Oh, hello.
Look at that.
There's decorations in the front.
Wow,
Like they actually went inside of someone's apartment that is living there, and it was like crazy, a crazy way of living. Let me show you guys.
Nuts to be inside it though.
Where did she go? She's gone.
I think she went in there. Oh, she's waiting for us this way.
First
This is
look.
fucking crazy, bro.
Look at that.
Crib.
Chat, we
Okay.
are getting a first
This is
look.
fucking crazy, bro. What the fuck?
This is called the Monster Building. It's very
Holy
famous in Hong
crap.
Kong. It's
I
just
feel
the-
so bad.
It's like the most densely populated.
You know what's so
area.
crazy? They actually have this in New York too. The people live like this in New York too. In Chinatown. They have houses like this. Oh, hello.
Nice
你好，
decorations
你好。
in the front.
哇，很好看诶。
Like, check it out, y'all. I'm pretty sure this is where we are watching the video. Like, the video that we are watching, this is the place.
真的不错。其实我
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. It's a crazy way of living.
在纽约的时候也是一
Oh
样
my
这样
God,
子
there's no。way.
对，这是你的房间，然后这是你的睡觉的地方呢。
万山女住，
So,
哦，那你的呢？
我在这一间。
可以给我们看一下？Should we take off our shoes？
yeah.
我们鞋脱了吧？等一下。对不起啊。
So this is the kitchen right here?
房间很乱，这厕所在里面，
哦，there's a bathroom in here
We can
too。
walk in or no?
我们可以进去吗？
可以。
可以，OK，好，Let's go。
Like, look,
谢谢，谢谢啊，
Wow.
谢谢。
that is the kitchen and the bathroom together.
Bro.
等下我钱先给你。
Nah.
Wait, hold on. Do you want to give this? Me get
When I say
us
it's
giving
the-
her?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hold on.
When I say it's like the bare minimum, bro.
Wait, let me see.
Look at the bathroom. Look at
This
the
is
window
insane.
out.
Yo,
This
this
is
is
1,000 a month.
Bro, look at this. Look at this.
1,000 a month for that. Yes.
The entrance. If you need to like use the bathroom, you have to go through the kitchen and everything. That's like, look, they like. There's no cabinet space, nothing. This is the stove. This is the one stove. I think that one doesn't even work. There's no space. Wow, this is so crazy. This is actually worse than New York. Holy shit. 那个500块是不是？先给你。Just give her the 600.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
谢谢。那这是你的地盘是不是啊？
是啊是啊，
Yeah, because they basically paid her just to go visit for like 10 minutes. Her whole salary for the month, which is crazy, bro.
哦，我们可以看你房间吗？
房间很乱，不要看，
就稍微看一点点。
不要看了。
What's behind these two
She
doors
doesn't
here?
want to show us the bedroom.
Okay, that's fine.
但是我们之前
Those are
是说
just two
可以
bedrooms
嘛
then?
不可以看，我都跟你讲，她不在家里呀、
See what I'm telling you? She doesn't want to show it because that's where her family is living in. Like the other video said, a lot of people that go there are refugees. So now I get why she was trying to be more low key and not show too much on camera.
没有，不是你的，我说
Or tell who lives where, you know?
不是说你的，
我
我是你就
这个房间很乱的。
没事没事，我们真的不建议，真的不建议。She said we don't mind. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Nah, you gotta
哦
be kidding，
不
me.
错啊。这 is that
A bunk bed, yeah. Yeah, a bunk
actually pretty similar to New York, man. Yeah, this is hers.
No way.
You wanna go in?
0% chance.
Bro, no, New York. No, New York is literally like this. Sometimes the floor is uneven. Like it's called tenement museums.
So this is where her and her daughter sleep?
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess her, she's top. This is你的老，这是你女儿，是不是啊？ So this is her daughter, and then this is her. Yeah.
Can you see the view?
Can you see it? 我们可以看
Window?
窗口这
不
边吗。
不要看，不要看。
Oh, she said don't show.
Oh, we can't show it. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's not smart to show where you're living, so
OK 的啊。
好，那可以了，谢谢。
gotta respect it.
We good?
Yeah.
Alright，那谢谢啊，
Damn.
谢谢谢
See
谢
the
啊。
inside.
你在这边
is
住了多久
crazy.
啊？
There's really no windows in here because they're all
She said
glazed.
she stayed here 3 years now.
Wow.
对对。那你这边最想要的东西是什么？Like 你
And the crazy thing is that they were saying that they prefer to live there than to go back home. I mean, it's crazy.
Any construction within the city proceeded without adhering to any building codes, with one singular exception. Due to the city's close proximity to Kai Tak Airport, a strict height limit of 14 stories was enforced. Kowloon Walled City was located right along the path into the airport. Landings at Kai Tak were one of a kind, with pilots navigating through Hong Kong's mountainous terrain, flying remarkably close to the walled city on final approach. The highest priced apartments were those facing the outside, followed by those near the internal courtyard.
That's where they were. If y'all remember the video, they were right there inside because you could see straight into the
These units offered the precious
$1,000 or 1,000 Hong Kong dollars.
commodity of sunlight and fresh air. You could add a caged balcony to your apartment, cleverly expanding your living space. But most of the units were located inside, in extremely unhealthy conditions. This is a plan for a typical building inside the city. With no windows, people here were completely dependent on electric light. There also was no waste management in place, which led to catastrophic air quality. Frequently, rubbish was simply disposed on one of the city's rooftops, or thrown into one of the shafts between buildings. The air is said to have been constantly stuffy and polluted by the many factories that operated inside the city.
I mean, imagine living there and, like they said, you have nowhere to throw your trash away, and they're just throwing that all outside, and you're breathing in that thing daily. Yeah, you're obviously gonna get sick, man. But they have no other option. What are they gonna do? But that's what I'm saying. It's crazy, man. I don't know. Like I saw, this is real life. It is not just something that happened years back. It's still going on.
For clean water, a mere 6 official water stations served the entire city, which means residents often had to carry the water over long distances. In terms of electricity, few actually paid for the service. Instead, most residents opted to illegally tap into external cables, routing them through the city's intricate maze of narrow passageways. These harsh living conditions attracted not just those looking for a cheap place to live.
Criminals.
The city's ambiguous legal status also attracted those who saw potential for unique business opportunities within its shadowy confines.
I thought maybe crime is like, okay, they're not gonna come and check in here, so now we can set up shop here. But that is something that they were saying in the other video that I just showed you guys, that the reason that they are moving there is because there's a lot of work right there, and when there's a lot of work, hey, they just keep circling that money, even though that they're paying 1,000 each month to stay there. Compared to back home, they feel like they're making more money right there.
Walled City became a popular hub for dentists. Many of those had obtained their qualifications in mainland China, but found their licenses unrecognized in British-governed Hong Kong. This rendered them unable to legally practice elsewhere in the city. The absence of
That is fucked up. Imagine that. You go to school, study, get your certification, and you think, okay, I'm a dentist now. I can actually start practicing what I studied for and putting it into work, and boom, they hit you with, nah, your certification is not valid here because you did that in China and this is British Hong Kong. Wow.
Regulatory oversight also allowed various workshops, such as those specializing in metal fabrication, to flourish within the city. And kitchens were selling popular food items that were outlawed in the rest of Hong Kong, such as dog meat. Generally,
Dog meat. Oh my god. Wow.
outlawed in the rest of Hong Kong, such as dog meat. Generally, food production was a common business inside the city, despite the completely unsanitary conditions. It is even said that many of the delicacies processed here over the day ended up on the plates of expensive restaurants across Hong Kong later in the night. While these kinds of businesses within the walled city skirted the edge of legality, others plunged straight into the realms of serious criminal activity.
So I was not wrong.
Straight into the realms of serious criminal activity. Kinds of businesses within the walled city skirted the edge of legality. Others plunged straight into the realms of serious criminal activity. Just because this city is free from the laws of Hong Kong did not mean it was a space without order. Power structures still exist, with the triads, notorious criminal gangs, control.
The triads. I heard about it. I just seen a video about someone went to go spend a day with them, you know? So we might have to watch that after this.
Still exist, with the triads, notorious.
But isn't it crazy how it is the, I guess you can call it mafia, that's controlling the place and not the government, or not, you know what I'm saying? Someone who's doing something for them.
As criminal gangs controlling the city. While businesses did not pay taxes, many of them were forced to pay protection money to these groups. And the triads themselves engaged in illegal businesses, such as soliciting prostitution, opium dens, and in the later years venturing into heroin trafficking. The Hong Kong authorities found themselves in a difficult position, not wanting to let the growing addiction problem get out of hand. A permanent police presence inside the city would be an affront to China, which still claims the territory as its own. Addiction problem get out of hand. A permanent police presence inside the city would be an affront to China, which still claims the territory as its own. Therefore, in the mid-1970s, the authorities decided to carry out many isolated raids, with police officers storming the city for short periods of time, arresting criminals, confiscating drugs, and then leaving again.
Wow.
In addition, various
So they went there just to take their shit.
Therefore, in the mid-1970s, the authorities decided to carry out many isolated raids, with police officers storming the city for short periods of time, arresting criminals, confiscating drugs, and then leaving again.
Like, bro, where are you guys when the people need you? Y'all just coming to take those drugs and shit and just leaving. Man, people need y'all all the time. They need to feel like the place is safe.
In addition, various private aid organizations established themselves, operating a kindergarten as well as a Christian missionary youth center that offers help with addiction. The historic Yamen in the middle of the city became a popular social spot, hosting public Yamen in a youth center that established themselves, operating a kindergarten as well as a Christian missionary youth center that offers help with addiction. The historic Yamen
A kindergarten. What?
8 organizations established themselves, operating a kindergarten as well as a Christian missionary youth center that offers help with addiction.
Wow. A youth center. The opium and everything still hit in the youth. Since way back then.
The historic Yamen in the middle of the city became a popular social spot, hosting public events for the city's residents. Even though the situation in the city improved in parts, it was again geopolitical reasons that ultimately ushered in the final chapter of the city. Its legal status was a result of the 99-year lease of the surrounding new territories, and it is precisely that countdown that was coming to an end. In 1984, after years of negotiations, Great Britain and China agreed on a handover of all of Hong Kong back to China.
Wow. Just give it a clap for that.
This handover was scheduled to take place in 1997, but the breakthrough in negotiations also cleared up the dispute regarding Kowloon Walled City. Despite massive resistance from the city's residents, the two governments jointly decided that the social situation, the risk of fire breaking out, as well as the fear of any of the buildings collapsing, would justify the complete evacuation and demolition of the city. With the start of the demolition in 1993, Kowloon Walled City came to an end.
Wait, so it's not the same place we were talking
But as the
about.
city fades into memory, two diametrically opposed ideas of its
Or
existence
is it?
emerge. The dystopian image of
Or is it?
the city inspired a large number of fictional depictions in film and art, often showcasing Kowloon Walled City as a
See what I'm telling you? I remember in Call of Duty Ghosts.
in film and art, often showcasing Kowloon
Call of Duty Black Ops. So this is the first Black Ops in 2010. Wow. This looks exactly like it.
Walled City as a futuristic
In the show, in the plane literally flying over the city, how he explained.
film and art, often showcasing Kowloon Walled City as a futuristic hotbed of crime and corruption. As such, the city inspired
In Batman, wow.
tons of dystopian fantasies. However, what gets lost here is that this city was also a vibrant, tightly knit community. As chaotic as the city may appear from the outside, there was actually a lot of order. And the notion of complete chaos is simply wrong. You could send a letter to someone living inside the city, and despite the apparent chaos, it would get delivered just fine. People came here with nothing. They then raised children, established businesses, and then had to self-organize those aspects of city life that the lack of government had left out. To many,
This goes to show ya, bro. Doesn't matter where you are. If you really want to fucking do it, you can do it.
Kowloon Walled City is a symbol of Hong Kong, showing that hardworking people were able to create community even despite harsh conditions.
That's right.
Today, on the side of the walled city, there is a park where remains of the historical city can be found in several places, such as the historic Yamen building still standing, as well as a small model remembering the urban monolith that once stood here. It's easy to vilify, and it's just as easy to romanticize a place like this. Ultimately, the answer might lie somewhere in the middle. The story of Kowloon Walled City is one I've been meaning to tell for a long time, because it's a story that explores the intersections of architecture, history, and culture. Looking at changes of urban places throughout the decades, I think, can be incredibly insightful to understand the world we live in. One of my favorite videos I did that explores exactly these intersections is my video about the construction of the original Twin Towers, in which I explain how these buildings completely changed how skyscrapers are built. This video is part of my ongoing video series Underexposure, which also features videos about the raid on Bin Laden's compound in 2011, as well as a video about the Tenerife disaster, which was the worst aviation accident that ever occurred. These are videos that are not made for the YouTube algorithm. Instead, this series is made for the big screen. A series where I fully, creatively tell stories just how I want to. And the reason all this is possible is because me and a bunch of creators have gotten together to build our very own streaming site, and it's called Nebula. The idea is simple. Since Nebula is not an ad-driven platform like YouTube, but a subscription model, we get to create higher budget productions. Some of my favorite shows across the board are on Nebula. They're
Hey man, the video is over here. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe. And check out my boy Neo for more content like this. Or if y'all want to watch me, stay tuned and subscribe. And we will be dropping more videos like this. Again guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay blessed.